Hello, everybody. This is Lisa Harden coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo in a very beautiful Boise, Idaho tonight. I hope you're all doing well and coming to craft with me. Of course, if you're not listening to this, you're not coming to craft with me, right? We'll send out the positive vibes. Tell your friends and neighbors. And so this is a perfect time for me to mention to you, I would love it if you would share this video as you come on. I'll probably mention it another time or two. But in that way, if you share to your groups, etc., that helps us to grow the Stamping Zoo. Here we go. I see I'm black. I'm all blacked out, Jean, aren't I? One moment, please. My video will catch up. And then you'll see the beautiful products we're playing with today. Whoops. Pick of the crop. Nope. We're playing with the beautiful May Paper Pumpkin Kit and the Cottage Rose Bundle. I had to throw something else in. You know me. This is a perfect kit, all-inclusive and perfectly fine as it is, but then I can't stop there. I have to go a little bit better and bring the Cottage Rose in. So we'll see what we can do to change it up a bit. Hello, everybody. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Roz. Jean says, it's a beautiful day in North Dakota. Good for you, because you were paying the price, weren't you, Jean? Yes. I didn't think you'd ever get out of the snow. And maybe you still have snow. I don't know, but it is warming up here. I actually have the air conditioner on. Don't be too amazed by that. I am quite a baby. So, and like everyone's sharing already, thank you so much. I appreciate that because it's always fun to see the number of views and the number of comments grow. And you never know. People need us, right? People need our community. Think of it as a favor. It's a favor to me, but it might be a favor to somebody you share to as well. So thank you in advance for doing that. We're going to have some fun tonight, and I would hate for anyone to miss out, right? Here I am using my hands again already. Hello, Kathy Strang. Very nice to see you. Hope this is going to be a good night for a lot of ladies and gentlemen. I had a gentleman in my class over the weekend. It was very fun. He was quite talented with the 3D projects and quite funny. So we had a great time with him there. So I'm not leaving anybody out. Hello, Andrea. Thank you for sharing. Yes, everybody just come in. So this is a very, what do I want to say, positive, fun group of people. So if you are just hiding out in the background, lurking, feel free to speak up. Let us know it's your first time here. I will welcome you, but the other ladies in the group will welcome you as well. So it's very, very nice, and I don't know, it's just a nice time to visit, right? Sometimes you guys I'm over here crafting and I'm totally out of the story, and I don't catch up until later on when when I look at all the comments later on. So it's always kind of funny to see what stories are going on out there. Oh, your boys do love to create with you, don't they, Roz? Yes, boys are invited. Yeah, they just have to behave, but they're always a little intimidated, I'll be honest. I think they're a little intimidated by being outnumbered so badly, so they're always on their best behavior, which is really what I require. Yes, hello, Leslie. Thank you for sharing. Oh, goodness. Yes, Corinne, we are happy to have you here with some positive, easy energy, right? Some very easy energy today. So this kit is beautiful, but I haven't opened it because I thought it'd be fun to open it with you, okay? However, I did just watch a video put together by, I can't remember his name, but he's really a phenomenal business dynamo in our company. He puts together, he's in charge of the Paper Pumpkin program. And so anyway, he just had a video with showing some alternates from some very creative crafters. With Sarah Douglas. They were all looking at them. And so we'll see if we can incorporate a few of those things into our kit. But I wanted to keep this intact as much as possible. For any people out here that possibly haven't heard of paper pumpkin or don't know what it's all about. So the way it is like this, I'm going to show you the end. Let's see here. So you have Celebrating in Color, May 2022. So you can easily tell, should you stack up a few of them, you can easily tell what you've got in front of you. And this one features all of the new in colors, which you know we're all gaga for. And this, if you're wondering, is Orchid Oasis. And that's how much I love the colors, right? So anyway, just want to bring you along with that. This will come into your mailbox. It'll be sealed. But other than that, it just shows up in your mailbox once you subscribe. And then you get to like, ooh and ah, okay? So the first thing it talks about here is it will usually show you some marketing for the following month's Paper Pumpkin Kit. This is a month-to-month subscription. So when you sign up, you are signing up to get a kit every month for $22 plus tax, unless you tell them otherwise. Now that probably scares some people, but I will tell you, it's not that you have to like call anyone, you don't have to let me know, you don't have to get confirmation. You simply log back into your Paper Pumpkin subscription and just hit a drop down that says suspend, and there's another drop down should you ever want to cancel. So if you have a few months where you're going to be gone or you have other projects going on, you just suspend them, and as long as you suspend by the 10th of the current month, you will not get the kit for that month. But if you don't suspend, then you'll get the kit, right? So anyway, I suspend it sometimes when I'm busy with other projects with y'all. Yeah, so anyway, just wanted you to know how this looks. And actually, while we're right here at the beginning, let's take a quick look at the new the kit for June, which is the pick of the crop. And it is going to be really cool because who doesn't love farmers market in June, right? It says here, summertime picnics, fresh bread, and flowers all make for wonderfully whimsical memories. Next month's paper kit will have you drooling over watercolor designs and heartfelt sentiments. Make sure you're subscribed to get your pick of the crop box. So I have tried to help you out, and I posted probably 3 hours ago, I posted this picture along with a link of where you can sign up. If you would like me to be your demonstrator, you can simply hit the link in the Facebook post, and you will be taken to the Paper Pumpkin site where you can sign up with me. I will keep an eye on your kit subscription and make sure you're receiving it and all that stuff. And then let's take a look at the details of the kit. So you do not get to see the kits in advance, but they give us lots of tips now about the details. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but basically this coming kit for June will include 9 card designs. Well, it says 3 each of 3 designs. So you'll have supplies to make 9 cards. You'll have 9 coordinating envelopes. And if the past is any indication, you'll have many, many more supplies for alternates or extra projects that you have in mind. Okay? You will get a Calypso Coral, one of my favorite colors. Stampin' Spot. We'll talk about what a Stampin' Spot is in a minute. And then it tells you about the theme. There's even vellum pieces. And then here's the kind of really fun thing with this one is you're going to get a little mini shopping bag that I believe you can stamp on, of course. It looks like a mini it looks like a little bag you take to the farmer's market, except it's only large enough for holding cards. Perfect! I can't wait for that. And then if you love that so much, you have a chance to order extra mini shopping bags. You do have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to order the mini shopping bags, but you will order those just through my regular online store. And just a quick note here is beginning on the 13th of June, you'll be able to order the mini shopping bags. So you can even order them probably before you get the kit. I know I will be, because they're only $13 for an additional 4. And yeah, it says here they're mini canvas bags. And I just think they're going to be really cute. Again, if history is an indicator, the add-ons are usually a very high quality and very high cute component. They have a very high cute component, okay? And I'm all about cute. So, I mean, just look at me, right? So anyway, I hope that gives you a little more information if you are brand new to wondering about, this is just one component of Stampin' Up's kits, and it's a really good one. So, and then of course it tells you all about all of the beautiful in colors. And of course, if you're in my in color club, you already have a little bit of insight, don't you? Okay, so then we get to unwrap this beautiful tissue paper. This is obviously Tahitian tied, so the tissue paper is going to be in our colors, right? Because we are all about the color at Stampin' Up. And then everything is neatly put together. I can't say that I keep it the same way, but that's what a kit's about, right? So this is the Stampin' Spot. This is one really great way to accumulate ink colors. This is not the full-size ink pad, right? The full-size ink pads are this size. They are much nicer to work with. However, if you're just starting fresh, this is a great way to be able to ink up these stamps and more. But the point with the paper pumpkin kit is simply, if you add a pair of paper snips, it's all inclusive. The instructions even have a ruler built in, okay? And you get a set of photopolymer stamps that are used in the designs of this. And then right here, if you see, this is the beautiful like color instruction sheet. I don't even think it has words anymore. At least the regular kits don't. So let's see. I can't remember. You don't even have to read, is my point. Nope, I didn't get the golden ticket. You saw, but I opened this in advance, you know, so I didn't like faint or something. I didn't get the golden ticket, but it's totally fine. I'm totally happy for those who did. And, you know, we move on, right? So here's some tear and tape. And that's one of your adhesives, as well as some dimensionals. And then the cutest little package of in-color dots. They're very similar to the package that we are selling, except they don't look like they're ombre. So that's perfectly fine. And then let's get into the goods here. Let's check out the pieces and parts. So right on the front cover, it will show you these are the 5 different designs of cards. You make 2 of each. And then it gives you, of course, color-coordinated envelopes. Lots of times. The color-coordinated envelopes. Oh, Jean, you want to be surprised, but you don't, right? You want to torture yourself? You know what? Here's the deal. I don't have an appointment to get my nails done again. She was trying to work me in. So I'm not even sure when I'm going to get them done, sweetheart. It'll be a little surprise for all of us. But I'll tell you what, it's probably not going to be coordinated with me sending out the in-color kits, right? Because that would be like too serendipitous. Although I am kind of lucky that way. So we'll see. I don't know. But I'm not telling. And you know what? I have the kits. They're right over there. They're all ready to go out next month. But I'm not telling you. I'm going to torture you a little bit. Okay, so here are some of the card bases and pieces. And they will kind of intersperse these in the kit. So like this. Then there's some, they don't necessarily go with the layers that they are in between. I believe it's more about the packaging and keeping things kind of safe and sound. So lots of really cool accents. Here are some labels that are all not printed, but pre-cut. But we get to use those for our stamping. And then, of course, we've got this beautiful foiled U, and looks like gold foiling is the name of the game with an accent here. Oh my gosh, look at all these. So I will possibly bring in some actual gold foiling that's in the catalog. Now these are, they're very genius actually. They're little gift card pockets, right? And so what you would do with these is simply fold back the scored area and use the tear-in tape right here to put these inside your card, if you will, outside your card, whatever. You will see that some people have used them for decorative elements. And anyway, then you can slide a gift card in there or a Stampin' Zoo business card, right? But anyway, that's how they fit really nicely into the inside of the card. So just make sure that you just run your tape neatly on the 3 outside edges, okay? Because then your card can slide. Otherwise, you'll tape your card in there. I love the pop of gold. Yes, it's so fun. Did I see the paper pumpkin video today? I did. And I don't think I posted that one, but I absolutely can. It was very clever and very cute. Yes, very nice. So we're going to put these off to the side. One thing that Sarah Douglas said that she did with these is that she said she didn't put any of them in her cards. She just prepared her cards and then would slip one in the envelope so that when she grabs one to use, if she's ready to make it into, or if she wants to make it into a gift card holder, then she can easily do it then, or she can just set it aside. So I loved that idea. Don't commit your project to being a gift card holder. Maybe you just want a card, right? Or it's graduation time, so if you just want to commit them all to gift card holders, you probably save yourself a little time. Then you can see inside here there's a beautiful ombre in the envelope liners, and this themselves, excuse me, if you have extra envelopes from just our regular medium envelopes, the cards will fit in there, and then you can take these envelopes apart. We'll just take one apart, and you can cut it up for designer series paper. Look at that. I love it. Well, we'll probably have to use that as an opportunity, right? It's too good not to pass up. So that's just a little bit about each and every part. You can reimagine each and every part of this kit, okay? And so let's take a look. And like I said, yes, hello, Anne. So I'm going to bring in the Cottage Rose stamp and die set. We're not going to explore this fully, but man, it's a very cool set. And it's very unlike me, isn't it? Because I'm much more into the cutesy. But you know, I picked this up and started using it last week, and I'm in love with it. Wow. Which is also shocking because I'm not a rose fan. In general, the smell of roses makes me sick. Like, gives me a migraine. So, and I also think they're very fussy and high maintenance. And I may be, but I don't like my flowers to be. So you'll find no roses in my yard, but that doesn't mean that I can't create with them, right? And so if you go to page 56 and 57 in our new annual catalog, first of all, if you don't have a new annual catalog and you live in the United States, please let me know. If you're not working with another demonstrator, I would love to send this to you. As you can see, it's as much of an idea book as it is an ordering book, right? That too. So this is a close-up of all of the stamps. And anything that's kind of this cream colored has a die cut that fits it. So you can see down here, this is called the Cottage Rose Bundle. Why wasn't it just called the Abigail Rose Bundle? I don't know. I don't know these things. Sometimes I want to apply the KISS principle to the naming of these things. But they both have the name Rose in it, so I think I can probably figure it out. On the left-hand side here, page 56, are all of these fabulous ideas showing you how to use the die cut products, and If you like everything on these 2 pages, you can simply use this one item code, 159052, and for a price of $73.50, you can have one of everything. That means 1 pack of the Designer Series paper, 1 roll of the linen ribbon, which you're going to want. Just don't fight it. 1 stamp set and 1 bundle. And when you do order using the one item code for the suite, that pricing does include the discount bundle pricing, okay, in case you're wondering. So this is where that suite can be found, and the bundle, okay, $53 for the suite, $73.50 if you add on the paper and the ribbon. So add it on, I say. And I did, right? Okay, so let's make a couple of these cards as designed, so I can show you that, yes, it's true. We actually can do that. And then we will go off on a tangent, right? I'll try and stick to the way they're designed for a couple of cards. No promises. Oh, gosh. I know, Sherry, the alternate ideas were really great, weren't they? Yeah, from earlier. We'll see if we can make some of our own, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm just taking my photopolymer stamps like you've seen me do before, and I'm giving them a little bit of a rub on the chamois. Look at this almost new chamois. Oh, it's kind of pretty, isn't it? Yes, and that helps to get them primed for stamping. So with the photopolymer, there's always a little bit of a finish on them that kind of resists ink. And we don't like that, right? We want it to absorb the ink and give us a good image. So that's why I do that. Now, I also want to roll back here and get a paper piercing mat, because with photopolymer stamps, like we're always talking about getting a good image, right? And so one other thing that's going to help us get a good image is, I'm stuck. Oh, God. My chair is a rolling chair on a hard floor. And so in order to try to not damage the floor any more than it is damaged, I'm on a clear, like an office mat. Only, I don't know why, but it started to curl up on the edges. So it's more of a hazard than anything else, and I really need to remove it after this video. And when I think about not removing it, I will just rub the dent in my head that I made there myself when I fell in this office. And that'll remind me that, yeah, it's probably a good idea to get that out of here tonight. So, anyway, it's just getting old, I guess. Okay, that was just a side note. Okay, this one's so cool. And I saw an alternate for this that I want to make. So we'll make an alternate with that later. And so then let's see. I like this one. This is really cool as designed. So we need one of those parts. Now, yes, I can read the instructions, but why would I do that when this is much more fun to just guess at the pieces and parts? And I'm sure that we need that page of die cut labels. Where'd they go? Where'd they walk about to? Oh, I'm seeing all sorts of fun stuff with this kit. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we need that. Now we can check. Pretty easy one, actually. Oh, Lord. There's nothing even out there. I don't even know. There's some ducks that have been, I fell over a rag that was curled up. It was textbook June. And there's nowhere to fall in this office, so I hit the corner of the wall. Yeah, I did. Okay, so these are the instructions again. And then, like I told you, there is a ruler. I don't even know if we need to use it for this kit as designed. But I mean, when I say it's all-inclusive, I mean, it's even got the ruler, right? Okay, so, and these are really simple to go together. Look at that. So it will show you what to stamp, how to put it on your block. And the first time you receive this kit, you receive a size D block. So you have everything. And then it shows you run tear and tape down these two sides, and it shows you that you put you put the dimension, or you put the little embellishments, and here's where they put them, right? And then just like we were talking about earlier, it shows you how to put together the gift card holder. Okay, I think we can probably do this without the instructions. Famous last words. So right away I see a little piece here that can definitely be reused to stamp on this die cut U, right? So if you see this, I'm guessing that this U, no, it doesn't fit in it. But you know what? You could put it as a silhouette back behind. That would be kind of fun. And then if you look at this, you can see that we are going to adhere the Sweet Sorbet ombre piece right over the card, so it comes in and encircles that U. Isn't that great? And then look at this piece. It looks like gold twine, really. Do we still have gold twine available? I mean, is it still current? I have some over here, but I don't want to sneak it in if it's retired. Anyway, yes, there's a dent in my head, but I didn't have to go to the hospital. I just freaked out and called my friend Katie. And she came over. So, anyway, yeah, I didn't mean to, like, side. I guess I was just thinking about it, telling myself out loud, like, remove this thing that's curling up, because that'll get me. So you can do anything. We can also make, let's see, just for you, you can do anything. I like you can do anything. I did say I was going to make this as designed, right? And look, I'm already thinking about ways I can manipulate it. Nope, don't do it, Lisa. So since I have my own blocks, I'm going to bring in blocks that size these sentiments a little bit better. Now again, you don't need this. You can use the D block that comes with your first kit, okay? But otherwise, we're going to do this. And I'm going to bring this and this in. And they did give us basic gray, so I assume we'd better do this first one in basic gray. And again, I'm not going to open that little ink spot because I like to give that to people that are new stampers of mine and need them. And I have the block. So you can do anything is going to be our first little sentiment. And I'm just looking through the clear block. I don't know if I got that straight or not. Yeah, pretty straight. And there we go. Right? Super cute. This one's more of like the straight, I don't know, it's not really a type, not like a typewriter font, but it's not fancy. It's just straightforward. Okay, and then we'll just pop that right out. That's how that works. And then, let's see, do they pop that up on dimensionals? They do. Look, this is the code for we pop it up on dimensionals. That's why they gave us that little sheet. These are actually mini dimensionals. So they'll give you minis if they need to, and they'll give you a regular sized if that's what it calls for. They're very good about that. I need the Take Your Pick tool. Again, not in the kit, but a very helpful thing to have regardless of what level of paper crafter you are. So we were using them over and over at my event this last weekend. That's one thing that almost everybody has, which is excellent. Okay, and at only $10, I really recommend the Take Your Pick tool to everyone when they begin crafting with me. Because what happens is then they see me using it and they're like, hey, wait a minute, what's that? So this is not a full roll as if you would purchase a full roll of tear and tape, sorry. It's smaller than that, but it's plenty to do this project. And it's a really nice way to try out the tear and tape. And it's literally what I just said, is you just simply tear it. And so it's having us do 2 strips down either side, and see they've left enough of a margin right there for it to just fit in there, and then you just hold your finger and tear back, and that's where it will stop. Don't you love that? Hey, how's everybody else doing this week? I mean, I had the privilege and very fun experience of hanging out with my local stampers, couple in my downline. That was so fun. Some people I hadn't met before, and are now fast friends, of course, according to me. And so I had an absolutely fantastic weekend. Yes, I was tired. But you know what? Not as tired as I have been. So that made me really happy. You know, I'm going to stick a little bit of glue right there because I can't help myself. It seems like it needs to be helped out a little bit. What happened here? So anyway, I had a wonderful weekend, and I would like to know what you guys have been doing. It's already Tuesday, but what did you do for the weekend? And Jean told us that the weather is definitely getting better in North Dakota. And so I'm assuming it's better everywhere, right? If it's better in North Dakota and Boise. But you can give me the scoop. Okay, I'm going to start over on this border and then keep my eye on the U. But I already know, right, because we dry fit it, I know that that's going to go right up to the edges of the wide gold border. That's very pretty. Look, and then this is just conveniently stuck on my hand. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And then this just gets, this all has backing paper, right? Gets all over everything, but we love them. And then you just kind of stick this in here, kind of like it's running over the twine. It's a little bit of a fake out, a faux twine, right? And then finally we get to bring in our little embellishments. They're so adorable. And they use 3 different kinds, 3 different colors, which is a great idea. And so let's see here. Can I see? Let's see how good this picture is. Looks like they used Parakeet Party, Jean's favorite color, in color, Sweet Sorbet. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong card. They still use Parakeet Party, some other thing, and some other thing. I don't know. Oh, let's see. 2 of the blues. Tahitian Tide, probably Starry Sky, and Parakeet Party. Okay, I can do it. One of them already popped off. Look at that. Something running rampant around here. Okay, so basically they're trying to bring in lots of different colors, and I love that. It's a very cute idea. That one, and then, see, I'm trying to do it exactly like they did. Where's the other one? 1, 2. Where's the green one? I don't know why I'm getting, oh. Well, they didn't put it in their picture. Look at that. It's missing in action. I think we can probably figure it out. It was right here. And then let's do a Starry Sky. Oh my gosh. There it is. 2 minutes. Even with me like walking through, it was probably 5 minutes. And then that is such a cool card, isn't it? That's a great card for a graduate or of any level, right? And then if you want, like I said, you could put it on this side too if you want to do some writing. And then you run your tear and tape. Now you know how to do that along these 3 sides. And simply position it, and then you glue it down. Let's say it's glued in there. And then you can slip the Stamping Zoo business card in there. Or a gift card, right? Very cute. Love it. Okay, and I am going to leave those plain for now. Because I don't know what I want to put in there. You know, the kids want you to Venmo them these days. So, I gotta try and get with it. So I'm gonna do just like Sarah suggested. I'm gonna bring one of the coordinating envelopes in. Now here's where we're going to do a little bit of our own take. And I am going to, oh yes, I did make my enchiladas. They were well received. people told me they liked them. However, the kicker was that their plates were empty. Their plates were cleaned. So I think we did good. Now, of course, they want the recipe. And guess what? There wasn't one. So I've got to hurry and get something put together for that before my memory fades, right? It was some, you know, I've cooked a long time, so it was some concoction I dreamt up about 11 o'clock at night, the night before. So anyway, that's totally cool. I think my memory's good enough that, look at that. Is that so stunning? I love it. So I might not use this for a man that's graduating, but I'll dang sure use it for my young ladies that I know that are graduating. Just a little extra, right? And you can even fold this over. Actually, don't fold it over. Come back in here or use second generation. But maybe I'll just put like a little bit of the leaf. Oh yeah. On the flap. So then your envelope even looks beautiful. Very nice, if I do say so myself. Oh, there's Trish. Hi, Trish. So Trish is in my team. Oh, look at that. I really got it dirty, didn't I? Trish is on my team, and we've talked often, but we have not been able to meet up. And so Trish came over from a neighboring town where she lives, and she played bingo with us and stamped, and it was so nice to visit with her. So thank you for coming over, Trish. And finally, I guess I should finish this out, right? I'm going to put this card with its pocket not adhered in the envelope. And then when I need it, it's ready. I love that idea. Sure, I'll post this recipe. No, it's not that difficult. That's like, I made a sauce, right? I found a recipe that I liked, and I made a sauce from scratch. And then it needed a little more kick to me, and so I had bought a backup bottle of green enchilada sauce, and I loved the combination of the two. So that's what we had, was a combination of homemade, and then at the end a jar of this green enchilada sauce, which really helped to kick up the spice and the citrus notes, because tomatillos are very, you know, they have a lemony component to them. They're actually related to the gooseberry. Little known fact. All right, before I get all off on a tangent on that, let me bring in this. Now I want to make this as I remember the alternate from the Stampin' Up! Video earlier, which means I'm not sure. It's what I remembered it to be, but it could be wrong. This is designed to stand this way as a portrait, and it has a Tahitian tied die cut that fits into it perfectly. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So that's how this is designed, and I will make a card that way, but I'm also going to flip it and then cut these to go inside here. So let me grab my ruler off the floor, because where else would you keep it? And let me see, because I think these are going to be a little shorter than the way they're cut. So really it's like, if I do 3 inches, there will be a nice little border. That's easy enough. I'm going to leave these attached, and I'm going to, let's see. Well, let's see how long they are, first of all. I don't want to trim them gold foily because they worked so hard to make it so pretty. You heard that cracking noise behind me. That's the stupid cover. Okay, so it's about 3.5. Did I say 3? I don't know why I bothered measuring this at the beginning. I think I did. Oh, okay. So yeah, we need to take a 1/2 inch off. I like to leave it in the same random order they have it, but I think I'm going to do it this way. How about if we're not going to leave it in the same random order because I don't want to cut the foil off. So that's all right. I'm going to cut off the white side if I cut anything off. 3. So we need 5 of these, again, die cut pieces. And the way they're laid out by card, right? So 1 card and 2 cards. Okay, oh, I was a little rough with that one. Jeez, Lisa, I don't know my own strength. And I'm going to cut these at 3.5. And what did I say? I want the white. I want to cut the white off if I have to cut anything off. Oh, I think once I cut these out from the border, you guys, they're the exact right size. Okay, well, forget that. That's perfect. It's like they knew I was going to go rogue. Too funny. Yes, we had such a fun night. So we had 2 days of stamping, right? They could choose from 5 different kits. We started at 11 every day to 5. And then, yeah, I'm doing an alternate, Sherry. I did 1 as prescribed. Okay, what? Oh, they're 3.5, and I need 3. Well, maybe I'm going to eventually get to it here. Oh, gosh. Do you guys do that? Measure 4 times instead of, like, 1 time? Yeah. It's safer, really. Measuring 4 times is much safer. Okay, like I said the first time, 3 inches, and then I'm going to trim 2 at a time. It's a little thicker than cardstock, but it's textured, but our trimmer can handle it because that's how cool it is. Okay, and then another 2 of them at 3. And then the last one at 3. Okay. Got it. The one they made, they used 4. Oh, they did? Oh, okay. Well, we made 2. Yes, that's why I posted the video, because I can't be trusted. My memory can't be trusted. Okay. And we're back on track. So let's see here. Is Sherry right? We're going to use 4, or shall we use 5? I love them. I'm going to intersperse these things. I am loving that. Oh yeah, they might just use 4. Nope, we can use all 5. Okay, I like them just like that. Don't you? Yeah. Now this is the part where you give me the thumbs up. Or the heart. Or the hugging heart. You do not do the angry face. No, we don't do that here. Okay, come on. Give me the thumbs up. Or the heart. Or the hugging heart. There we go. Here they come. Thank you so much. You know, Facebook likes that when you have interaction. It says, oh, okay, she's not just talking to a group of sleeping crafters. There we go. Oh, man. You ask and you shall receive. Sometimes more than you even think will happen, right? Thank you so much. Keep it alive. Gotta keep it alive. Okay, so just in between those gold borders, right, we're going to end up making this like a sideways banner instead of a top to bottom banner. Just a fresh take on it, which I loved. And I should be gluing these outside and then working inside, but you know, I'm not going to. I'm just going, oh my gosh, I looked up and there's still hearts coming. You guys are so fun. Yeah. Oops. Now that's why liquid glue is handy, but Sometimes it wants to slide around, right? There we go. So who has opened their... I saw you guys saying that you didn't get any tickets. Bummer, but it's okay. We're still happy, right? We're still happy crafters. But has anybody worked on their cards yet? Has anybody finished their cards yet? Sent the cards? Wow, I'd be super impressed. Okay, that looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, it already looks so pretty. Now, I think they use the word happy. Help me out, Sherry. Help a sister out. Like happy for you or something. Let's see again, what do the instructions look like? And then, of course, we're going to deviate, so I don't know that it really matters, but yes. Oh, there's a gold happy. Happy to have you in my life. That's fun. Oh, we better look at all the gold possibilities. I definitely don't think we're going to need to bring in a lot of extras here. I'm just not seeing a lot of opportunity or need for that matter. Okay, let's bring these in. One thing you can do when you get this is be totally orderly and pull out all the embellishments. Not surprisingly, I didn't do that. I just like started. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. Here we go. Best wishes. Happy for, or happy, and then a couple of U's. Those are good. And then these are really cool. I saw another cool alternate done with that. A little opportunity for an eclipse card. Sherry probably saw it also. And then these are just blank. Just straight, basic white, thick, no cards. That's what they feel like anyway. So the paper pumpkin supplies that come are a little bit different. And one thing that makes them different is they are trying to adhere to a very strict weight, okay, for shipping reasons, right? Like in order to make this a success, one thing we always have to think about is the cost. One big cost for crafters is the shipping cost. And so you may pull something from here sometimes and notice like, oh, that doesn't feel like it's the same weight as something else you might use from the regular non-kit line. And more often than not, I'm pretty sure that's the primary reason for that. Yeah, so, which I love, right? So like the card bases might feel a little bit lighter than our standard white or white thick paper, but there's a reason for that, right? That's how you get so many supplies. And yeah, so happy to celebrate your day. Happy to have you in my life. I like happy to celebrate your day. It gives me a lot of options. And then why don't we take this little, see this? This is just a little splatter. We're going to take that and use it too. Now I need a little bit longer block. I need a tiny block for the splatter. And I need a little bit longer block for the to celebrate your day. Again, this will fit on a D block because everything fits on a D block. Might be smaller, but it's not going to be larger because that's part of the kit. Okay, how long is this supposed to be? I bet this one's like a really long one on the card as they designed it. Yep, it goes across the whole thing. Okay, we'll try that at first, and if we don't like it, we'll trim it down. Yes, and I am going to use, so they used gray, right? But I'm going to try Parakeet Party. It might not be dark enough, and if it isn't, then I'm going to stamp over it in gray, just like it's an additional layer. But we're going to give it a try, because I need to get familiar with all these colors. And while I know what it looks like image-wise, I don't know that I've ever used it to stamp a sentiment. So trying to hover over that banner to get it just right. Kind of using the block to gauge if it's in the center. Oh, that looks great. The sentiment's nice and big, so I think that looks really good. Yeah, okay. And then I'm also going to bring this in. I forgot that was on there. I'm going to kind of see where I want this, but this part doesn't really matter because I'm going to use the splatters and make some parakeet party splatters. Okay, just to mimic the gold, but add a little extra color. Super fun. Kind of mix them within the gold. Go up above. I'm twisting the block after I'm inking it up, see? And then that gives you a more random look. And so your splatters aren't going all the same way. To me, it looks like there should be one in the upper left. I don't know. Is that true? Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. So that itself looks fun. And let me get this cleaned off. Okay, and then let's bring this guy in and we're going to pop it up on dimensionals. I'm going to use regular size dimensionals because it'll take a little less time. Not that the minis aren't fine, and we might need a few of them, but you can see like most of these pieces are thick, so they're going to be fine with regular sized. Hey, what's everybody doing for this Memorial Day weekend? I'm staying home and so happy about it. It'd be fun to go somewhere too, but you know what? I'm totally happy considering I just had a really busy 4 days. I am good with just relaxing, but I am going to be doing a lot of work Stampin' Up! Wise. So the one really cool thing about making 20 cards and 5 3D elements for my class is that you guys are going to see a lot of those in my social media. So please look for me on Pinterest. Follow me on Pinterest, right? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love that. It's growing. It grows steadily every week, but man, it's tough to get 1,000 subscribers. So if by chance you haven't subscribed to me over there, I would love it. You can also, of course, I want you to add yourself to my email list because I do not barrage you with emails. However, that's usually the first place that you will find out the full details about all of my events, my specials. I do put tutorials on there. I'd like to do more than I have time for, but I do the most I can. And so anyway, I would love it if you would sign up for that, okay? And one other thing I wanted to look for here. I want to look for the baker's twine. But anyway, so you'll be seeing that. It'll be a blog and their current products and brand new catalog. So you'll have lots of time to use them for ideas. Okay? So please, like I said, take a few moments after this fun time to sign up for my social media accounts. And if you need help finding them, of course, just look for the Stamping Zoo. I'm okay with this banner business, but I feel like on this particular card, the banner is fighting the larger banner, and so you know what I'm going to do, right? Yeah. Roz says she's not straying too far from home because of her doll, Miss Lucy, her doll dog, Miss Lucy. I can understand that. Yes, you're just going to have a comfortable time at home. That's a good idea. That's really cool. I am just going to put this one on with the liquid glue. Jean's going to have a quiet weekend, but you do have some graduation open houses. That's nice. I know, crafters, we like quiet weekends sometimes. Doesn't mean we're not busy, right? At least that's not what it means when I say it. It just means like I might be spending time alone. I'm not going out to dinner late at night. Although, get this, I went to dinner last night. Didn't get home until 10 o'clock. No, didn't get home until, gosh, what was it? I'd say it was almost 11 o'clock. I think I got to bed about 11:30. That was hot times for this gal. delicious dinner. For those of you local, I went to Barbacoa. I took a friend for her birthday. Haven't been able to see her in quite some time, and so we had fun. We actually had a 3-hour dinner. Never a dull moment. Oh my gosh, I cut that too small. I'm assuming my fingers are like big Barbie doll fingers. No, Lisa, they're bigger. Okay, so I'm just doing a double bow. But yeah, I had a hot rock fillet, which is always like the safest and best choice there. And so it's a 10-ounce fillet that they bring to your table sizzling on a slab of granite. It's really tasty. And so it stays hot the whole time you're eating it. And it has a brandied cream sauce that goes over it. So they flambe it right in front of you, and it always makes you feel like you're going to lose some eyebrows, but you don't. I don't know. I think that the boys, I think the men, wait staff really like to do that, freak you out. In fact, I told him, do not set my hair on fire. He's like, oh no, of course not. I was like, don't be so sure about that. But anyway, long story short, it's a whole production at your table. And then it was for my friend's birthday, and so she got cotton candy, which I proceeded to eat. She ate some, I ate most of it. I'm not even gonna lie. We had yummy desserts, and she had a lemon lavender tart. I was out. We were gonna share, but I knew she wanted the lemon tart, but I couldn't do the lavender part. So I had some deep fried cheesecake bites. Yes, with 3 or 4 different sauces. Okay, so there you can see, back to the card, I put this on a glue dot, and I was thinking about incorporating it into the word happy. You tell me, like, does that dissuade, I mean, does that detract from the word happy, or do you like that? I need some thumbs up or some yeses or nos. No, exclamation point. Something. Let me know if you like it. I kind of like it now that I'm looking at it on the screen, but you can tell me before I put it down. Once I put it down, since it's on a glue dot, it's over. We're done. Jean is a really fun place to eat. It has lots of cool artwork. It is Mexican inspired. That's why it's called Barbacoa. And so you can find lots of spicy things there, but it's not just typical stuff. No, I like that. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Whoa! Sorry, I was going off script there. I almost set that down. I was laughing. I like it. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna wait until I have 5 comments. Oh crap. We're going down to the okay, Leslie was the tiebreaker. Sorry, my 2 thumbs down. I'm gonna send it to you now. Oh, I kinda like it, you guys. It's fun. Okay, that's super fun. And again, the twine is not in the kit, but you can buy a package of Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. It has 5 rolls. It really is an essentials pack. $15, okay? And then you can have all 5 colors for a long, long time. Okay, so I'm in love with this. I think it's super cute. I am going to bring in some of those dots. Where'd those things run off to? Those were tiny. I knew they were going to get brushed aside somewhere weird. Story of my life. Where'd the supplies go? Where'd they go? We'll find them. We'll find them in a minute. Okay, that's super fun, right? So we took what we saw on the alternates video from the company, and then we added our own little, exactly, Jean. Give it the shrug. And then I'm going to put an envelope off with it so that I don't forget. The Starry Sky is totally fun, and I think, what's this one? This one's Orchid Oasis. I mean, obviously. Wow, she did a good job on my nails. Man, they are just, I don't know if they're going to be this close again, because they're just like a dead ringer for Orchid Oasis, aren't they? They look great when I use my Orchid Oasis Ombre Tumbler. I'm just saying. Beautiful! So, let's see what we can think of to do with this. what I saw them do, I thought was great, which is they took, so again, just referring to the regular card, they used a plain card base, one of the plain card bases we have in here. And so sometimes I get asked this. I'm going to stop and try to show you. This is called a valley fold. It's like indented in, okay? And then if you turn it over, that's called a mountain fold because it's raised, okay? So indented and raised. The way you know which is like technically the front or the back, and it does look different the way it's cut. Whether the blade's pressing down into the paper or raising the paper, the back side of the paper. But the way you know is that you take the valley fold and turn it into a mountain fold, okay? I don't know how you're going to remember that, but just remember that. Once you do it a lot, you don't think mountain valley. You just see it and you know that this is the outside of the paper. It's more smooth. The cuts are more smooth because this is what was facing up when it went through the cutter. It doesn't matter how, I mean, this is obviously professionally cut, not even on our great paper trimmer, but you can still tell that this is the back side. It's just, unless there's a special finish on the card, that's how you know. Yes. Oh, Roz. Gwen has decided that the Orchid Oasis is her cup. Why wouldn't it be? She's a little sparkly princess, so why wouldn't it be? I love that. Okay, so one thing we could do with this, they popped it up and put it on a white circle, I believe. Oh, I see what they did. They popped it out. So as designed, I don't want to read the non-readable instructions, would I? They pop this out. Oh, what an opportunity. And then put this down. And then put this in here, and it's slightly smaller. See? What I want to do is sneak a little bit of gold back behind there. And so I'm bringing in some gold foil that we still have in the catalog. And I think it's actually, this is probably a package of brushed metals. So I might have a couple different kinds in here. But I am going to bring in a sheet of the gold. And I'm just going to cut like a square out of it. You don't need to cut up the whole, you don't need to cover the whole thing, because you're really just going to see it back behind this. So I'm literally just going to use this as a guide. We want it to go, we want it to have some border, okay? Yeah, that looks like gold. I don't know, it's close enough. What's this one? This looks like champagne. It's hard to tell, quite frankly. They might be the same. But this is going to be good enough for what we're doing, because it's not going to be sitting right on top of it, right? It's going to be a behind the scenes layer. So we're doing the eclipse technique, okay? So the easiest way to do this is going to be to take this card front, flip it over, bring in my seal. If you fight with this, how many people fight with this? Give me a heads up, because I don't fight with it, and I don't think I've fought with it since the first time I used it. But I think I also have a couple little tricks to like get it rolling again. And also, I think it depends mostly on the pressure you use. Like, you can't be so light with it, but you also will cause problems if you're really heavy-handed too. But like, if it just does that where it won't attach, just move it forward with your finger, okay? And then I find it grips. The other thing that sometimes, I don't know why, but I find that it helps, is to take your silicone mat, give it just a little bit of pressure underneath it, or I don't know, soft, resistant piece, and that helps to get it rolling too, I think. Not enough that I need it all the time, but then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to make sure it's over the circle. I can see that this needs to be trimmed off a little bit, but it doesn't need to be nice per se. Okay, just make sure that it's not showing on the borders of this. So then you're going to have something that looks like this. Okay, so again, let me show you this. Bring this in, right? Use your seal. I don't know if it's a certain angle or not. I don't even know that I go that far, but yeah, maybe hold it up a little bit. I just tried to hold it flat and it stopped. So let's see. Let me try that again. Yeah, okay. So hold it up. You see me? I'm kind of holding it like this. Like probably a 45-degree angle. Hold it at a 45-degree angle. Okay? Firm pressure, but don't bully it. Just firm pressure. And then use your silicone mat. If you're having a problem, I feel like you probably wouldn't have to use that forever, but it's a good way to start to learn what amount of pressure. But when I just did that, I felt like this, if you run it like this, it's not very good. But if you tip it up, okay, that's what I'm doing, and I just didn't really realize it. Okay. Embellishment break. Let's go back to the second card. While I have them here, I'm going to stick with just Parakeet Party. Parakeet Party is awfully cool, isn't it? It's awfully cool. I don't think I want to do that. Maybe I want to do like up here. 2 in the corner. 2 in the corner, 1 in the side pocket. And that's perfect. Okay, back onto this. So we can put this up on dimensionals. You could do one of two things. You could put this in there and that would still look really cool. Okay, but we're going to take this and put it up, pop it up on dimensionals. And so when you look at it in different angles, you'll be able to see this glimmer of gold back behind it that then translates up to this faux gold twine on the front. I love it. And then do we want to add this? I feel like it takes away from the, oh, it's probably supposed to be that way. There we go. Let's see. Is there another sentiment we can use that won't be weird because of that gold? I'm even looking at this. I love this sentiment though. It's going to be fab. I do say fab. So I feel like this stamp set was made for me, first of all. How about that? Feel better real soon. I like that. Again, it's a takeoff, but it's just a small takeoff. And I do this in part, well, because this is how I craft, but I do this to remind you that you don't have to stick yourself literally in the box, right? You don't have to stick with these supplies that come in the kit. You don't have to make anything as described if you don't want to. That's the same when people come to my classes. You don't have to make them as described. It's just a suggestion. Okay, I want to see what this looks like with Orchid Oasis. Again, I'm not sure. That's Starry Sky. Beautiful. I like Starry Sky so much more than I thought I would, because I guess I was thinking when I saw it, oh yeah, that's Night of Navy. We have it. No, it most certainly is not Night of Navy. It's its own thing. It's its own thing. Yes, I love the gold accent too. Very fun. Very fun. Okay, so let's look at this. Ooh, okay. I think it's going to stand its own. I will take this moment to remind those of you who may have come in a little later that I benefit so much from you simply sharing this video onto my social media sites or your social media sites. So if you would please take a little time to hit that arrow and share the video, I would be so thankful. And it really does help to grow the audience of all my videos. So I appreciate that so much. I see the growth when you guys do that, okay? Which also reminds me that after this video, give me like 5 minutes, because we have another drawing. Remember the last time we got together on 2 Thursdays ago, I told you that I was going to run the drawing an extra long time. And then I'm giving away 2 newly retired stamp sets with 2 full rolls of retired ribbon. That doesn't make them any less beautiful, right? So I'm going to be giving away the Right Behind You set with, I don't know, either ribbon. This is Seaside Spray. And then I'm also going to be giving away the A Good Man set with this metallic cranberry and gold ribbon. Okay, so just know that I'm going to do that in a separate video right after this video. So I've not forgotten, my friends, what I promised. And I saw that there were, I think there were 16 shares, which is fabulous, but there were also like 200 views or 250 views or something. So I'm like, why are there not 250 shares? Right? I want more. That might be really unrealistic of me to wonder. But you know what? I think that for a second, but then I go right back to being so thankful for the 16. I'll take it. It's fantastic. Okay, so now, again, this has dimensionals on it, right? So kind of hover over it. I will use these as my guide to make sure that I get it centered right where I want it. And then since it's up on dimensionals, you're going to be able to see the shimmer and the shine back behind it when you take a look at it from the side. It's a little something extra. You can see it best, I think, right like this. So anyway, that's super fun. And then let's finish this off with, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to stamp some of those flowers on it. We also have a piece of vellum that looks like this. It's not Orchid Oasis. It's like a gray, but it's really fun. Maybe if I just use this, it will keep it gender neutral. I don't know. Men like roses. I mean, there are men gardeners, but I just feel weird about doing that. The other thing is I wish I would have thought about that before I stuck this layer down, because then I would, of course, bring it in and do some off the edge. I'd have my images going off the edge, but so be it. There's ways to fix that. I'm going to show you one way right now. I am going to bring some contraband in. Contraband, it's masking paper. But the only reason I'm showing this now is because I haven't gotten the Stampin' Up! Masking paper yet, but I will. And it's so great that we have some available now. But anyway, here's one thing you will be able to do with the Stampin' Up! Masking paper is, see how I was telling you I wanted to be able to stamp off? Actually, let me do this. So I'll be able to mask off this corner, right, on that side. It's a very low tack and low weight tape, so that it's just very easy to move. And we'll be using the more masking paper, of course. Pick it up carefully. Yes, I know. As I was doing that, I was like, hold on, Lisa. And then we can do more of an off image, right? And that will not stick to the gold. So just give it a second to dry. And then I just bring this in and lightly, you're just going to get a little bit of gold off of that, or ink off of that, versus having it on your fingers. And then it'll be perfectly good. See how this is going to help me so much in my, oh, I should have done this or that world. Right? Okay. And then let's do another one. I don't want to go so far up into that white spot. But let's do it like here. Fun. I'm loving this. That's very pretty. I like it. I better do another one because our eye likes 3. I know, right? Are you talking about this? Jean, you know what? Little secret. I didn't care for it either. I didn't even make a decision about it. That's how much I didn't care about it. And then I don't know who flipped me Or really, I guess I just looked at the images and I was like, you know what? I should get that just because it's very different for me. And then I'll be dang. In fact, I gave my helpers some thank you gifts, and they were all based around the Abigail Rose stuff. They loved them. And I know that because they were commenting on them before they knew they were thank you gifts. And so I was like, oh, I got something special here. So I'm actually going to recreate those once I get a little more the supplies I used back in. And yeah, we're going to cottage rose everything. Everything's going to have cottage rose on it. I think I'm going to use the Starry Sky. A little bit darker, but still definitely, what did Sarah call it? Like a buddy color combo? A buddy combo? I don't know what she called it, but it was really cute. And this is gorgeous. Ooh, I like this a lot. And then, let's have a big rose in the middle. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, thanks, Anne. Yes, Anne. Oh my God. Anne, like, you guys are going to want to hire her for all of your events. She's so good. But you know what? She's mine. She's my friend. So you can't have her. But, yeah. Anyway, I love this. This is beautiful. And then again, with that shimmer coming from back underneath it. And again, I don't think I'll use a gift card, but if it was for like my nephew or something and he'd been sick for a while, I'd throw $100 in there. So, you know, I'd use those little envelopes. He's going to text me later on tonight, Aunt Lisa, I've been sick. Then I'll know he watches my videos, and I'd probably give him $100 anyway just for that. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. So let me bring in what we've made. And we did make one as designed. But I hope this is giving you like just a small taste of everything that is included in our paper pumpkin kit. And you can get one every month. I mean, what? Every month? That's a lot. So, like I said, easy to cancel, easy to suspend for a month, $22 plus tax. Shipping's included in that. I mean, how can you not? That's a good deal. But let's see, how do we want to arrange these? I like this. Okay, so I think these are really stunning. I hope you enjoyed that, finding out some of the little alternate ways to bring in a few extra products. I did try to keep it to a minimum, but you know me, if I think of something, I want to use it. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will be back with you on Thursday night. Hope you all have a great couple of days, and I will see you then, okay? And like I said, give me about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to come live and do the drawing, okay? See you all in just a few.